Hi, welcome to Up Close. We're here today with Priscilla Brower of Natalie Attired, a great clothing line. Welcome, Priscilla.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here today.
I'm pleased to be here.
Good. You look great. That's it.
Thank you.
That's
well, I hope so.
Yeah, you're wearing. You're a walking billboard of your product, right?
Well, that's sort of the only billboard I have.
That's right. That's good. I know you've been in direct sales a long time. Tell me a little of your background. You were a teacher, but the direct sales, and you've stayed in clothing, I think.
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes, I have. I got into direct sales in 2000, so it's been a while.
17 years.
Certainly had never been involved in direct sales before because I taught school. I was salaried. So I found I liked it and had a good time. That particular company closed, and it so happened another company was just beginning. And
Your lucky day, right?
and I said, well, I'll try it out. You know, they had a webinar and whatever, and I tried it out. And I said, well, if I don't like it, I can quit. And I stayed with them.
Are you liking that just as well as the former company, or there's more?
They're similar in many ways, and they were different in many other ways. And so that company was a direct sales company called Kika. And which is what led me into Natalie Attired, because Kika began in July. I had to stop and think, July or August of 2008, and of course October of 2008 was the recession.
Oh,
and so clothes are an option, and so the company did not really grow as they had anticipated.
okay.
And they, and marvelous stuff. Everybody that
Great
bought
clothing.
them loved them.
U.S. made.
U.S. made, organic cotton, all of those things. But they decided they needed to do something else because they just weren't recovering.
Right.
And so they joined the president and the vice president, or mother-daughter of Kika. And they joined with 4 other people to form a partnership and began Natalie Attired, which is an online clothing company for women.
And then that's when you get the pop-up shops, right, of the line of clothing?
And that it was kind of in the transition that I was able to get the pop-up shops.
Okay.
And now it is only online.
All right.
I do not get the pop-up shops anymore.
So how is that working? Are women open to getting online if they can't see and try, or how does all that work?
It really works very icely because it's a try before you buy company.
Okay.
And
That's
so you fill out a very extensive survey. They want your measurements. They want photos, full length, and headshots because they're looking at your coloring. They're looking at your body type. They have a whole lot of pictures there and which things would you wear, so they're looking at your style. Which colors wouldn't you wear? You can cross those out.
Okay.
Just a
so
whole
then you're
lot
kind of
of
making
things.
your own little...
You're making your own profile.
Okay.
Yes. And they send you 5 items. And
Based on all your...
all of that, that's right. If you have a specific something, I'm looking for jeans, or something like that. Then
I need
they'll-
a suit.
Yes.
I need a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they'll take that into consideration. You do need to charge a $20 styling fee at that time.
Okay.
Before they send out the clothes.
Right.
You know.
$20,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So they know you've got some skin in the game.
Yeah. They'll at least get
Not
20
much.
bucks. Yeah. You have 3 days. You have 5 pieces of clothing. You try them on. You try different things. You can ask friends about them, all kinds of things, and decide if you want to keep one, none, all, or if you keep all of them, you get a 20% discount. If you buy even one, that $20 styling fee goes towards it.
Wow.
And they pay shipping back if you're returning anything.
Okay.
So it's really...
And what's the time frame then once you've given all your information and picked that they send the 5 items?
If you want it right away, 3-4 days.
Okay.
Or you can, I have some people who have signed up for a subscription and get something every month. I have
So
one.
they have that also.
Right.
Okay.
Or you can have it every 2 months. It's very, it's very flexible. Once a
Okay.
quarter, whatever you want.
What's the price line? Along line.
They have, part of the survey is that they have, for instance, how much are you willing to pay for a jacket? And they may have either 4 or 5 levels,
Okay.
ranges. And so you mark what you're willing to pay. And the same thing for dresses or skirts or tops or slacks
That's
or
a pretty
whatever.
ingenious
Yeah,
way to.
so that they aren't sending you something that they know is going to be too expensive.
Right, because you might not get it. They're wanting you to take all 5 pieces, obviously.
Well, I do
You
whenever
do
I
too.
can. Yes.
Right. So you don't have, so have you gotten stuff like that yourself also?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
you don't have, is that a big difference going from having all the clothes and having to take them everywhere to now this online?
It very much is. And it's a little strange.
Right.
But I rather enjoy not having to haul racks and bags of clothes and things like that.
Absolutely.
Especially at this point in my life.
I was gonna
It's
say,
a very
that's
nice thing.
Yeah, and in the heat or in the cold or what have you. So do you still do a home type party? Is that how it's spread?
No,
Okay.
no. My job is to tell people about Natalie Attired.
Right.
And let people know about Natalie Attired. And to encourage them to use my link to go to Natalie Attired. And they have a video there you can see and, a lot of
See
things.
their line of
Yeah,
clothes and
right.
things like that.
And I then get paid a commission based on what people I send buy.
Okay. So as many people as you can get sent.
Absolutely, yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
And
So how has that changed your networking? Or has it? Or,
Well, it has a little bit. Certainly, Natalie Attired was just a year old in July.
Okay.
And so things are still,
Working
you're
through
working
it, yeah.
through and talking with people and so forth. And so my income is not what it was. And so I have made some evaluations on what some of the networking is that I do. And I probably should do that all the time.
Right.
You should probably do
We
that
should
all
all
the
do
time.
That, right.
Yes.
What's your return on what you're doing?
Yes.
But we all like being around each other and talking
Absolutely.
and all that stuff.
Absolutely. And I like people.
Yeah.
And I really am enjoying Natalie Attired. I mentioned jeans because I haven't worn jeans for years, and I now have several pair that actually fit without any alteration.
Nice.
I mean, it's marvelous.
Well, when you can get your, it's just like having a bra fitting or something. Those things are important, and we feel better, look better, feel better about ourselves. All those things when we fit. How do you feel about networking and how important that is?
Well, with especially with, but even before, it's everything, because this is not something I can take an ad in the online or
Right.
a billboard or anything like that. I have to do the advertising.
Right.
And so I can really only do that one-to-one for the most part. I can do a little bit of that email and on Facebook and things like that. Yeah.
Seems like Facebook would be a good way to
Yes,
show.
I do. I have a page on Facebook,
Right.
and I send things out that Natalie Attired posts and things like that with some of the trends and so forth that they have.
Right.
And but it's still the face-to-face.
Always will be.
Yes,
Will
it's
never
still
be
the
replaced with
face-to-face. Yeah.
computers and technology.
No.
Thank goodness.
Yes,
We like
yes.
those things, but I read something recently where that actually has a bad connotation to personal interactions. Is all our technology. We have to have it. We can't live
yes.
with it, can't
yes.
live without it. But again, you've referred to this time in your life. You've had a successful career as a teacher. You've had a successful career as a direct sales. And now it just kind of morphed into something that is easier, less cumbersome. You still get to be around clothes. You still get to talk to women
Yes, I
about
do.
something they love. And sounds like you've got a pretty good thing going there.
It is, and one of the other things that is a good thing for me is when I was traveling or something like that, I always had to be available. for my customers, because if they had a concern, I was the go-between.
Oh, you don't have to be go-between.
I am not the go-between now.
Hallelujah.
They deal directly with the company if they have a question or a concern. And that's one of the things, too, when you do check out, and they want to know with each item, do you really like it, and so forth? Are you keeping it? And they
Why
ask,
aren't you keeping it?
or why aren't you keeping it? And then they ask for general comments, and they pay attention
So
to
they get
those
a really
things.
read on what kind of
Yes.
things they should be bringing out in another season or what have you.
Yes, yes.
What do you think are some of the skill sets that you have that grew over the years that are helping you do what you're doing now?
Talking with people. As a teacher, you have
What did you
parent-teacher
teach,
conferences.
by the way?
I taught primarily elementary school, regular classroom for 13 years, 14 years. I was at the middle school for 4 years, and as part of the 15 years I taught in the gifted ed program. And so you have parent-teacher conferences.
You have
And
to-
sometimes they are not always the easiest things to have.
I can imagine.
You have your subtlety skills have to be developed, and so I do think that is something that helps. I like being around people.
Yeah.
I always have.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like belonging to groups, and
Well, in assessing your networking now, because of this new way, have you really decided? Has anything come up that where you should or shouldn't, or where you could be more valuable?
I am indeed. There are a couple of things that I am saying, all right, is this really something that is going to continue to be beneficial?
Right.
Has it been beneficial enough, and is it going to continue to be that way? And there's one in particular that I certainly enjoy and have been.
You gotta decide.
But I really have to look at that because my CPA is probably going to
Yeah,
ask.
they do. What's your favorite kind of client to work with?
Oh, it's really an interesting thing because just as I have, I would have 25 students in the classroom and they all have their own personalities, so do clients. And all of them are satisfactory in many ways, in their own way.
Right.
It's fun when I talk with people who absolutely hate to shop. Absolutely hate to shop. I had this with the direct sales companies too. They don't want to go in a store. You can never find anything.
Right.
They never get any attention. That sort of thing.
Okay.
So this
you can
is
solve all those
right.
problems.
I had one person I had just recently, and she's known about this, since Natalie Attired has started. She's in another group with me, and she finally ordered something, ordered a bag, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. And she's on a subscription.
Okay.
She said, I'm not ever going in a store again.
So back to that, once they have all your thing and you go on a subscription, then they're going to send you something once a month that they think you might like, and you can opt for it or not.
Right.
You still have that same.
You absolutely.
That is a cool
absolutely.
business model.
It really is.
I'm happy for you. That seems so much easier.
Yes.
We're looking for easy,
Yeah.
right?
But then I have other people who just love to shop and they love clothes. Oh yeah, I'll try that. All right, go
You need
ahead.
both kinds, right?
I really am.
What's the best way for people to reach you?
Probably my email or Facebook, either one.
Is your Facebook under Natalie Attired or just your name?
It's under my Facebook page is under my name, and then it dash Natalie Attired affiliate.
Okay.
My personal page is under my name.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, send me maybe you've done that before, but send me a like so that I will like your Natalie Attired page in
All
case I
right.
don't remember to go like.
All right. Please
Thank you,
do.
Priscilla. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and
been
I've
fun
enjoyed
talking with
learning
you.
more about it, and I'm going to check it out myself.
Please do.
Thank you. Thanks for all your support. It would make a difference over the
You're
years.
welcome.
Really appreciate you.